Well, those two investments account for roughly 10% of Tesla's assets and 15% of our total. Observe everything that is going on with curiosity, but I believe that one thing that will be crucial for Elon is that he will be able to recognize instances of odd spending, instances where spending is significantly more than it should be, and how to address those situations. It's actually quite simple. Since you have many cost plus contracts, you may modify the way they operate. However, they had 5.8. They have the best employees, they hire the best employees, and they get the best employees who do the best. How do you take individuals like that and force them into a union when they're only taking part in a job that isn't all that interesting? I was previously telling you about the amusing thing we had planned. Well, our original plan was to perform a Saturday Night Live open. The advantage that Tesla now has is that they have sold 6 million cars, and 3.5 or 4 million of those cars are being used to gather data. Therefore, the most valuable thing is the data. The plan was to sell a lot of cars, so once they have those cars on the road, you will sell autonomous driving. However, they are increasing their amount of compute, so that's what's going to happen. Additionally, he mentioned the other day that he is discussing the sale of autonomous driving for a few more vehicles. Although no one has the data, I believe that all cars will eventually be electric, and that this hybrid is really a kind of postponement to spare automakers from having to lose money on electric vehicles. However, I believe that in 10 or 15 years, all cars will be electric. Additionally, I don't think hybrids will last. They are not going to be included in the mix since they are too costly and ineffective. Everything will be electrified. And so, what I believe is going to happen is that the stock is down not because of the quarter, but rather because people were worried that he would give up on having a cheap automobile and instead focus entirely on robot taxes. The stock is down because of this. Additionally, a Reuters article stated that he was scrapping this new plant that was supposed to produce robot cars. He's going to produce cars that cost like $25,000. China is a competitor. Yesterday, I was discussing motors. Therefore, the average cost of motors for these 100-year-old enterprises is $5,000 per car. For $1,000, we can create a motor. $5,000? Cars with internal combustion engines are what you're producing. I'm merely referring to how the company has become so stale and accustomed to doing things the same way that they don't seek out new activities or methods of doing things that are focused on cutting costs. He can complete tasks that cost others $5,000 for just $1,000. It's incredible. That is, whether he wanted to start a gasoline-powered or electric vehicle company. All I'm trying to say is that people become ingrained in their habits and don't endeavor to improve, reduce, or speed them up over time. There's no reason to do so. However, the theory is that the stock is down because of it. When it comes to Tesla's remarkable growth, it's not enough for Tesla bulls and those with an eye for the next stock market jewel to watch from the sidelines. Your one-stop resource for the most recent information on Tesla, Elon Musk, Tesla innovation, and stock price targets is Seeking Alpha. Our channel may receive a commission if a customer makes a purchase after clicking on the affiliate links in the description. They're moving into robot taxes and creating the low-cost car because, well, it's the bottom now. Therefore, they are producing the inexpensive car, but they are doing so because they currently have extra capacity. They can produce 3 million cars annually. Since they are now producing 1.8 million automobiles, they can produce an additional 1,000,002 cars in an existing plant without needing additional funding. Additionally, they will not be able to produce the cars as inexpensively as they had previously anticipated. However, they anticipate selling 5 million of these new vehicles overall. The first 11 iterations have to be created with code for everything that occurred. They will all tell you that the quality is amazing and that it continues getting better and better. We have observed that General Motors customers are using Lyft and Uber. These alterations are evident. According to him, the car business won't be recognizable in 10 years. Therefore, he believes that it will take off when the price of a battery is lower than that of a motor. Additionally, the cost of a battery for a Tesla vehicle was $35,000 when I first started. Investing in the company, $5,000, perhaps $12,000 or $13,000 currently. A motor can cost $5, $6, or $7,000. In 3 or 4 years, the price of a battery will be half of what it is today. Battery prices continue to decline while engine prices continue to rise. Furthermore, he adds that you must have a 10-minute charging time. At the moment, Tesla charges in 20 minutes. Well, how insurmountable is that? He said, and I replied, well, he thinks it's technically doable, and you can do it faster, he adds, speculating that he believes he may get a competitive edge in autonomous driving. During the manufacturing process, General Motors aims to achieve a 97% defect-free rate in their automobiles. When you see Tesla vehicles lying about, you can see that they are moving quickly and are early in the ramp-up. However, when they are doing that, you have to make sure that everything is operating well. Therefore, even though they haven't reached 97% yet, their percentage is steadily increasing. They weren't making any headway for 2 or 3 years because it was impossible. A plateau was reached. What has transpired since then? Version 12 has been released, and they have a ton of data. They now need to compute it. Now that they have computers to figure things out, humans are unable to do it. As a result, your automobile is almost ready for autonomous driving. The vehicle travels alone. It was not all-inclusive. We punched it in, drove around the parking lot, turned onto the road, saw traffic moving in both directions, looked in both directions for an entry, pulled in, turned left, and drove directly behind the cars ahead of us. First automobile stops, goes, second car stops, goes, a stop sign appears. The automobile glances in both directions, turns right, and simply drives when we draw up to the stop sign. And then suddenly, a pedestrian is crossing the road. To allow the pedestrian to cross the roadway, the vehicle stops. The automobile resumes its motion after the pedestrian waves. After that, it drives alone, pulls up, turns left, and passes in front of Steve Jobs' house. Producing automobiles, they get $7,000 for each vehicle sold for $35,000 less $7,500. I was discussing how Elon brought broadband internet to the Amazon region of Brazil and the Amazonian people with him. In addition to lacking clothing, kids now have access to the internet. What he has done is unbelievable. Unbelievably, he is changing the world and is an extremely intelligent, humorous, and dedicated individual. He flies all over the place and works 16 or 17-hour days, 7 days a week. And why? He is therefore the richest man on the planet. Why does he act in this way? Therefore, we make investments in people, talented, motivated, and mission-driven individuals. He is on a mission, but what is it? And well, the way he does it is amazing. I don't want to use him up and the things and everything is about trying to figure out how things work and how you can do things better, how to make the planet habitable, how to get people off the planet in case that unexpected comet comes, and how to, even distribute wealth globally by educating people. Regardless of wealth or poverty, a certain proportion of people worldwide possess genius qualities, but they are inaccessible without internet access. As a result, he has been granted access to the internet and is making it available globally. In my opinion, it is a technology corporation that offers services to both their own business and other companies. No one else could possibly match them. They have technology and data, and they produce automobiles at a lower cost than Ford does when it produces these electric vehicles. Every automobile they produce costs them $36,000. $36,000 for each vehicle. Currently, our business makes between $8 to $9,000 each car.